Alrighty guys, and welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are doing a trading Ja Morant Memphis Grizzlies rebuild in NBA 2K26. So, have been a lot of rumors about Ja Morant being traded because of what he said in the post-game interview about the Memphis Grizzlies and his coaching staff. So basically, I think he was kind of mad the Grizzlies didn't play him enough because, when the reporters were asking questions about the game going of why, like, what happened, why didn't he play so good, or whatever, and they were asking him stuff like that, and then John Moran responded with, asked the coaching staff multiple times, and it seemed like he was very frustrated of him and the coaching staff, and it does look like there is some tension building between Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant will be traded at the trade deadline or soon. I mean, maybe. I don't expect Ja Morant to really obviously request a trade from Memphis. I don't think he's going to be the one to do it, but it seems like after they went ahead and fired Taylor Jenkins, I don't really think Ja Morant or Jaren Jackson really liked the fact that they did fire Taylor Jenkins. Obviously, it hasn't been great. And obviously, their team right now is 3-3. They are struggling. Obviously, just lost the NBA Cup game to the Lakers. So they are struggling at the moment. To be fair, they are dealing with a lot of injuries. Ty Jerome, Brandon Clark, Zach Edey, Scottie Pippen. I don't think they've all played games this season, but there have been some bright spots for this team. Jock Landale's been playing pretty good. Jalen Love's been pretty solid. Cedric Coward has been one of the better rookies this season. Javon Small's been playing a little bit. So, yeah, there are some bright spots, obviously, but what I'm going to do in this video is I am going to go ahead and trade Ja Morant at the trade deadline. So, I don't usually do this, but I think it's interesting. He also just got suspended as well for his comments. So we'll see what happens after that, obviously. But it is something interesting to think about. So right now, John Kachar is starting point guard because obviously Scottie Pippen and Ty Jerome is injured. So yeah, John Kachar, KCP, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson, Jock Landale, Santi Aldama, G.G. Jackson, Vince Williams, Cedric Coward, and Cam Spencer. He's also playing minutes for the Grizzlies right now. He's pretty solid. But I'll see you guys at the trade deadline for when we go out and trade Ja Morant. All right, we are at the trade lines. We are 25-25 in the 10th seed right now. So I don't think this is where the Grizzlies want to be, obviously. So we'll be trading Ja Morant. It's the title of the video anyway. He also isn't off to the best start as well. He's been really injured the past two seasons, obviously. Either suspension or injury. There's been always something with him. But this year he's fully healthy. We'll see if he can turn it around. And the two teams I think would be interested in Ja Morant are the Miami Heat. Obviously, Heat have been looking to trade for a superstar for a minute now. And when a guy like Ja Morant becomes available, he can go to the Eastern Conference. If Ja Morant goes to the Miami Heat, I feel that would make them instant contenders. Obviously, have contracts to trade. Now, I don't know if Terry Rozier can be traded. I'm pretty sure he could. He's obviously on the team, but I don't really know if that will work. I'm probably still going to use his contract, but it'll be interesting to see if they even trade him. But and then the Miami Heat and the Minnesota Timberwolves. But realistically, what do the Timberwolves really have to offer for Ja Morant? Like, sure, they got some guys to offer, obviously, other than Anthony Edwards. They got obviously. I feel like Anthony Edwards and Ja Morant would be a really insane duo to see. That would be electric. But they can offer. They might have to trade McDaniels. They're obviously gonna have to trade Randall in this scenario. Rob Dillingham. They could possibly get it done. But for the realism of this video, I think I'm going to send him to Miami instead. I think that makes a little bit more sense in my opinion. I think they want to keep Tyler Hero in a potential trade. And I also think they want to keep Andrew Wiggins. But, I mean, who knows? I'm going to see if I can find my best package that I can trade Ja Morant to the Miami Heat for. All right, here is the Ja Morant trade I'm kind of looking at here. Obviously, it might not be the most realistic, but hear me out. We're sending Ja Morant, Jock Landale, and Cam Spencer for a salary filler to the Miami Heat for Davion Mitchell, Khalil Ware, their 2026 number 10, their 2029 number 10, number 10. This is a 2031 or 2032 because 2K doesn't let you access farther than 2030. And then Norman Powell contract will have to be in there, or Terry Rozier. I assume it would be Norman Powell at this point. No one Rozier is getting involved into right now. It's just gambling stuff. But like I said, you could argue this too little. You could argue this is too much for Ja Morant. You could argue both. But honestly, for now, since 2K only gives you like a little bit of trade slots, this is the trade we'll be doing. It's not a lot of players definitely say that. I felt like to maximize the value in the trade, I threw Khalil Ware in here instead of Jaime Jaquez. I feel like if the Miami Heat, Pat Riley, really want to contend, they'll eventually have to give up either Jaime Jaquez, Khalil Ware. No, they want to keep him. But at the same time, talking about Ja Morant here, we're talking about contending in a weak Eastern Conference. Ja would make you a contender. Ja here on Bam is like a good, damn good big three. So I'm gonna make this trade go through. They're probably not gonna say yes to which they don't. I'm gonna make this trade go through because with superstar trades, I do make trades go through, and this is the trade I am gonna do because 2K trade machine is so just not dumb, not so dumb in my opinion. I'm gonna make the trade go through. Then Ja Morant's gonna go to the Miami Heat. I'm gonna fix it for them as well. I'm gonna go ahead and move Tyler Hero to the 2 so he can start when he gets healthy. As shooting guard, John Rick can start at point guard. They could probably be good over there. The Bam out of buy him because he moved to center at this point, most likely. So I'll fix their rotation. And they have a really good team now. They just need a good power forward, but Jovic can start, and they'll be good, man. That's definitely a contender in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. Now we traded Ja Morant. I think it also makes sense for us to trade Jaren Jackson. He definitely turned this season around. I know he's definitely not the best rebounder, but he is a pretty good defender and three-point shooter to where I think he'll have value around the league. So I'm going to see if I could trade Triple J next. I'm going to see if I can send the former Defensive Player of the Year, Jaren Jackson Jr., to the Detroit Pistons. I feel like the Pistons would have some interest, obviously. Kind of need like a second guy next to Cade. I don't think Jaren Jackson is a second option by any means, but he would be a really good fit on this Pistons roster. They need like a power forward that can shoot the ball next to Jalen Duren and Asar Thompson. I feel like Jaren Jackson would make a ton of sense. He's shooting 36% from three, averaging almost 25 points. A really good defense. So I feel like it makes some sense as well. So Tobias Harris' contract would have to be involved, obviously, and then maybe it's Jaden Ivey and Ron Holland. Now I don't know if we really have interest in Jaden Ivey. We might just keep him until the end of the season, then figure out what we do with him later. But we could, but at the same time, I kind of don't want Jaden Ivey. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, we could definitely keep him until at the end of the season, see what happens, see how good he is actually, and then we see. But he's probably going to ask for a lot of money in the offseason. The Pistons probably would want to trade him in this scenario as well. But we'll see. I mean, I definitely think it'll make sense for them to trade him now. So I will see if I can take on Jaden Ivey as well. If not, we can just not keep him out of the trade, and then we have to give them somebody else. So Jaren Jackson, Vince Williams, and John Kachar for Tobias Harris, Ron Holland. And if we can get maybe their 2027 and 2029 protected, I love that. So 2026, I meant to say, and then could we also get their 2029 protected? So they're aggressive, so they're trying to trade their 2026 pick. What do they say to this? I'm not going to trade over if they say no. If not, we'll just take out Ivy or Ron Holland or somebody. So they do decline me. They counter me. They want Zach Edey and a really valuable pick swap we just got from Miami. And they want to give me a second-round pick. So they're on board. They're okay. They definitely have interest in the trade. Maybe we just throw some second-round picks and it gets it done. I do want this 2026 pick and this 2029 pick, though. So maybe we throw some second-round picks. I definitely should have turned off trade right before I did the trade. But oh well, I'll throw. So it says we could throw Norman Powell there, which could be an option for us. But we'll take out the 2026 pick, I guess. So we'll just have the 2027 pick instead and 2029. If not, we'll just take out Ivy or Ron Holland. We'll be able to get the deal done. So they do decline me. I'll throw another second-round pick in there and see what they say now. They still decline me. And then what else could we throw in here potentially? So no, nothing really. I mean, will they have any interest in Brandon Clark? Like, I guess we could throw them some salaries and give me, I think, more salary. I don't know. But would you have any interest in Brandon Clark? And would that get the deal done? It does not. So we'll not be able to get this trade done. I think we have to take out Ivy or Ron Holland. And I think since Ivy's is due for an extension, I'm going to take Jaden Ivey out, and then I'm going to take Brandon Clark out. And if we get to this, I'll be comfortable with this, honestly. So what do they say? They still say no. They want this pick swap in 2026. I'm not going to trade that. Man, this is getting dumb. This is getting really dumb. Instead of Kachar, I guess, what else could we throw in there? So, Edie, I would like to trade Brandon Clark here if possible. But in this trade, which we can throw him in there instead, what do they say? They still decline me. Although another second, you guys see why you trade over right on. This isn't a lot to give up at all. I have no clue why they're being like this right now. What about Davion Mitchell? This shouldn't even be a thing right now. But they're not budging. They're literally not budging at all. And I don't know what I have to do to make the trade go through. Like, I really don't use over after this. Like, I really don't at all. I'm going to see if I can send Triple J, the former Defensive Player of the Year, over to the Detroit Pistons. Will Ty Jerome get it done? Nope, not even that will get it done. They want to counter me with something. They want to, okay, they just want this pick. I'm not trading my 2026 pick. So for some reason, Ron Holland has so much value to them, man. So, um, okay, instead of Ron Holland, I guess we can just get Jaden Ivey and Tobias Harrison picks, which would have been the worst scenario, but I guess Ron Holland isn't that good in 2K, and I honestly don't want to trade Jerome, but this is the only way to get the deal done. What do they say? They countered me once again. Instead, they want this pick, which I'm not even willing to trade that, obviously. So I don't have to take on B-Ball Paul, but I do want this 2027 unprotected pick. And then I'll give you guys a second. They still say no. They're getting closer, though. Maybe we move. Dude, this is so dumb. Maybe they take Kachar, Paul Reed. We'll be able to get this deal done. Let me move. I'm going to move Kachar to small forward and Vince Williams to small forward, and they should say yes to this. All right, we're back with trade override off this time. So it's crazy how Triple J trades take a lot more than Jaren Jackson trades, but we'll offer this and see what they say. They are going to go ahead and counter me with this trade once again, but I'm not interested in that. I want your 2027 pick. We don't have to even get the 2027. We can get another pick if they really don't want to give those picks up. But we'll do the second round picks once again. They want, okay, we're close, dude. We're close to agreeing on a trade. It's just freaking, they're being so weird, bro. Vince Williams for B-Ball Paul. Just get it done. They're not interested, but I could tell they're getting closer. So we have to really trade Davion Mitchell. Dude, I feel like I'm trading way too much to get a deal done. I feel like at this point, you might as well just you trade over how annoying this is, honestly. But at this point, yeah, I don't know, dude. I really don't know. If that doesn't get it done, I don't think this gets it done either. So unless they have like a minimum contract, like this Chaz. Okay, Chaz is a 1-star. What about this? This has to be enough. I don't want to trade Davion Mitchell, honestly. I'll give you guys Clark. So this has to be enough to finalize the trade. Is this enough? No, I'm done. I'm doing trade override. You see, guys want to see why you trade override. This is a complete overpay. What I'm offering, and then what you guys are giving me is insane. But I'm making this trade go through. I don't care. I really don't care. I made the trade go through. That was just so dumb in my opinion. The Pistons were being just so freaking. I don't know, bro, but I'm glad we got Jaren Jackson. Okay, now we can finally continue with our rebuild, dude. I don't even want Ivy. I'm probably not gonna keep him long term. Maybe we do if he develops, but that usually doesn't happen. So, all right, your rotation now is gonna be Davion Mitchell, Jaden Ivey, Norman Powell, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, Tobias Harris, Khalil Ware, Zach Edey, KCP, John Kachar, and Jalen Wells is your 10 or 11-man rotation, I guess. I'll put Jalen Wells in there. Then, yeah, I'm cool with this, honestly. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. I want Cedric Coward to play, though. That's something that I do want to happen. So we might as well. I mean, I was going to say we start him, which we could, in theory, do. If we move Ivy to point guard, which isn't the best thing, but I'm going to move him to point guard. That hopefully should put us. They might start KCP though. Yeah, they want to start KCP. I know KCP's been I think the starter. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and bench him. Honestly, he's not really part of my long-term future. I'm gonna go ahead and put Cedric Coward in the starting 5 because I feel like he needs playing time. 11th overall pick. He's off to a great start, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. At the end of the season, Nikola Jokic wins the MVP. Rookie of the Year going to Cooper Flag. 6-man going to Jeremy Grant. He's off to a great start so far. Jeremy Grant isn't a bad player, honestly. His contract is just as bad. That's the only thing about him, honestly. He'd have a lot more value. Defensive player going to Evan Mobley. Once we're going to need Miles Keita, Kobe White, clutch player. Coach Kenny Atkinson, Hopkins, your executive. NBA MVP going to Trae Young. He's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second team, All-NBA third team. Jaren Jackson made the All-NBA third team in Detroit. And I don't think I saw John Morant on NBA All-NBA team. It's very interesting to see. Jaren Jackson made all defensive first team as well. At the end of the season, we did finish off not making the playoffs, which obviously makes. I don't think we made it. No, we didn't make it. Okay, that's good. Obviously, I wanted to be out of the playoffs because we can have a lottery pick. So we were the 13th seed. We finished off 38-44 in the season, tied for the 14th seed and 13th seed, I guess. Then the team we made the trade with, the Miami Heat, with a nice seed. So if they miss the playoffs, which they did actually, so we're gonna have 2 lottery picks. So you love to see that. We're gonna have 2 lottery picks from the John Morant, we're gonna have 1 from the John Morant trade and 1 from the from our pick. And then did the Pistons make it in? The Detroit Pistons. I'm clicking the wrong buttons here right now, but if the Pistons missed it, then okay, they made it in, which makes sense. They lost early. They lost in the second round. I was about to say. So, all right. Player stats are about 19.5 from Powell, 18 from Ivy, 14 from Tobias Harris, learn from Kula Ware, 11.5 from Cedric Coward, 10 from Brandon Clark, 9.5 from Eldama, 7 from Scottie Pippen, 7 from G. Jackson, 7 from Davion Mitchell, 6 from Javon Small, 5 from Vince Williams, 5, and it's 5 from everybody else, 4 from John Kachar. All right. Player retirements, we got Chris Paul, and LeBron James does not hang it up, which is interesting, but Kevin Durant does, okay? And Jimmy Butler. But heading into the NBA draft lottery, there are some picks, first round picks I need to fix, but so more specifically, we'll project to pick 7 from the Miami Heat, and we're gonna finish with the number. All these picks are wrong. Damn. Okay. We're gonna finish with the number 6 overall pick in the draft. Where's our unprotected pick? Am I insane, or should we have our unprotected first round pick? I don't know. I'm pretty sure we should. I'm gonna fix these picks. I'm gonna figure everything out right now. All right, so I fixed all the draft picks. 2K, I'm begging, bro. Please fix your freaking draft picks, man. It's honestly so annoying. But for some reason, it said the Suns have our pick. It's actually not correct, but none of these picks are correct. So, we obviously have our new head coach. Though I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name, dude. But we'll probably keep him for one more season. Since there's not any good head coaches available for us. Not like there's not any good one. I don't see one real head coach. Got Vanderpool here. That's it. I really don't see anybody else. So I'm not even gonna bother messing with our coaching staff this year, even though it might be an issue, which we'll address that next year. So the Heat actually extended Norman Powell, which is so annoying. Obviously I don't want him, so we're probably gonna end up trading him before draft night. Maybe we get a late first round pick for him. I don't really want to take on this contract. The Heat extended him, and then they traded him away, which literally, I guess, doesn't make any sense. But we do have a bunch of salary still here. But I am going to see if I can trade away Norman Powell because I don't really think we need him anymore. The Sacramento Kings are a really, really weird team, honestly, and I wouldn't be surprised if they would make a trade like this. So basically, what we're doing is we are getting an expiring contract in Dennis Schroeder, and we're getting a 2027 unprotected pick from the Sacramento Kings, which should be good. The Kings, I don't expect them to be good, so this is the most Kings thing ever as well. Obviously, the Kings are not even in a direction right now. I don't even know what direction they're trying to go in right now. But I'm going to make this trade here. I can see the Kings doing something like this. We get an expiring contract in Dennis Schroeder, so we obviously take that's a good trade for us, in my opinion. So we got that going for us, and now we have 2 lottery picks. We have 7 and 11, then we got 6 and then 19 in the second round. So let's see what we can draft in the Darren Peterson, the AJ Baines, and Boozer drafts. Number 1, the Jazz are going to select Darren Peterson. Number 2, the Nets are going to select Cameron Boozer. Number 3, the Celtics are going to select Nate Ment. The Sixers will select AJ DeBanzda. We got Mikael Brown going to the Wizards, and we got Dash Daniels going to the Hornets. So our pick, we got Tone D here. If you can go ahead and take him. Ratonde. Got Kareem Lopez. Got Gene Quaitness, Caleb Wilson, Darius A-Cup. I would have low-key loved for Dash Daniels to fall. He was low-key one of my targets to guard the future. But I think with this pick, I mean, Kareem Lopez, like, he's pretty good. I know he is. Gene Quaitness looks like he's also pretty good. But with this pick, I'm going to go and select probably Caleb Wilson. I know Caleb Wilson is really good from past experiences, so he's going to be the pick here. Caleb Wilson will leave with the 7th overall pick, and be Caleb Wilson. So number 8 is going to be Kareem Lopez. I'm hoping Jaden Quaitness can fall to 11, but I don't think he. I think he might go to the Lakers here. They take Isaiah Evans. Never mind. So we're going to be selecting Jaden Quaitness, or we could take Chris Sinat, which would be interesting. But I know Chris Sinat might be a little bit more. I mean, Jaden Quaitness might be a little bit more versatile, and that might be what we need a little bit more. So Jaden Quaitness, welcome to the team. With our second round picks, I'll go and select Mario Saint Superi, and then with this pick, we'll go ahead and select Baba Miller. So welcome to the team. Before you guys, which will sign your rookie contracts. I might two-way you. Can I two-way contract? No, I can't. So I guess we'll sign off for them. So I don't hate that by any means. We'll accept Zach Edey. We'll accept Kula Ware, KCP option, that player option, which makes sense. We'll accept Jalen Wells. We'll accept Scottie Pippen, and we'll go ahead and also accept Vince Williams for good depth. So everybody here will be brought back. Qualifying offers, Jaden Ivey and Olivier Maximus Prosper, which I'm not going to extend Olivier Maximus Prosper, but I will extend Jaden Ivey just in case. Heading into free agency, though, we have a solid amount of cap space to work with. So we got Dennis Schroeder, Davion Mitchell, Scottie Pippen, Mario Saint. We got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Cedric Coward, Daniel Wells, John Kachar, Vince Williams, Santi Aldama, G. Jackson, Quaitness, Caleb Wilson. So I think right here, I think I kind of want both these guys to start together. So what I'll do is I'm probably gonna move Caleb Wilson to small forward, and he should be able to go up, right? Wilson goes up to a 76 at small forward, so I'll do it. He'll start probably right away, and then we really have a full rotation. We have three centers, but I think next offseason we should have a lot of money to work with. Right now our team is not good. So yeah, next offseason we should have cap space to go after like one of these guys. Memphis isn't obviously a hot free agent nation though, so I don't really know if we'll be good on that note. But like I said, I think we'll be good. 17 players in our team though, so maybe we might have to make some trades. All right, my first trade, trading John Kachar away to the Atlanta Hawks for a second round pick. And then the next trade is probably going to be maybe Vince Williams Jr. That's another guy we could probably trade. The Golden State Warriors are interested. They want to give me a pick swap. They don't really have a first round pick to trade. So, no, sure, whatever. They want to give me a top tier pick to pick Vince Williams. Is their offer. I can't really complain. I want to trade one more player just in case for flexibility. And I don't want to trade our first round picks. We might trade Clark. We'll see. Or maybe Scottie Pippen. We don't really need him too much. Or Schroeder. We honestly don't need Dennis Schroeder that much. So would a team be interested in him for just, can a team just absorb him? So it is looking like the Atlanta Hawks can absorb him again. The Clippers can absorb somebody like him. So sure. The Clippers want to give me a pick swap for Dennis Schroeder. We can get down to this. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll trade Schroeder away. I know we just got him, but we'll trade him again. So he's been almost on every NBA team at this point. Dude, it's absolutely insane. But we got that going for us. We have 14 players now. So do we want to re-sign G Ivy is the big question. Part of me kind of wants to. I want to see what he can become for us. So I will re-sign Jay Ivy. I'm not going to give him a big deal. It's like 19 million flat rate. So 19.5 million flat rate for 4 years. We'll go and announce everybody else. So we'll do something like that for Jay Ivy, 4 years, 78 million, and then we'll probably call it off season. Zach Edey's up 3 overalls to an 82. Jalen Williams up to an 80. Chloe's up to an 80. Jane Ivey's up to an 80. So not much progression from Jane Ivey, which sucks. Cedric Coward's up to a 78, though. So that's nice. G. Jackson. So this will be hard. I mean, yeah, this will be hard rebuilding this team without John Morant. Jaren Jackson, obviously, are two best players, but I'm down for the task. Definitely, yeah. Here's your rotation heading into the season. There's going to be Jay Navi at point guard, which once again, we're experimenting, I guess. Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Jaden Clayton, Zach Edey, Khalil Ware, Santi Aldama, Brandon Clark, G.D. Jackson, Davion Mitchell, and Caleb Wilson as the 11th man rotation. So like I said, I wanted to start Wells and Clayton, I guess we could start Caleb Wilson off the bat too. So we'll move Jalen Wells to backup shooting guard, I guess. So he goes down 3 overalls, though, something I don't want to happen. So we'll start Jalen Wells. That's cool. We're going to start Jane Clayton, though, for sure. And then we'll do something like that. Obviously, Caleb Wilson's minutes will increase once injuries happen. And, that'll be good on our note. Then I'll see you guys at the end of the season. Do we own our first round pick next year? I don't know. We do not. I know we do. Yeah, we have 27 protected first. We own our pick in 27, which is nice. And a bunch of other teams first as well. The Kings we got from Dennis Schroeder trade, and then the Pistons from the Jaren Jackson trade. We'll see how we are this season. At the end of the season, Luka Doncic wins the MVP. He's dropped 3 straight 40-point games. Darren Peterson, Rookie of the Year. Ben Simmons, 6 man. Okay. Defensive player going to Mobley. John Morant wins Clutch Player in Miami. Yeah, this is what he could do, man, especially in 2K. But we ended up missing the playoffs once again, which makes sense, obviously. We were 34 and 48, so not good, but it's cool. I'm looking to reload this team in 2027, but Jaden Ivey, dude, I really do want to keep him and develop him, but I think we might end up trading. He only played 48 games. He's very injured this year, but that's been something throughout his the last couple of years of his career. But okay, he had a great season. I'm gonna say that at point guard, he averaged 23 points per game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, shooting 53% from the field, 41% from 3. So yeah, I think we might. I don't know. We'll see. 15 from Cedric Coward. Jane Clayton's had a great season until he broke his leg, but he averaged 15 points per game, which is on the season, which is 9. 13 from Khalil Ware, 11 from G.G. Jackson. Will Khalil Ware be a free agent? He will. Oh, he won't. He has 1 more year left of his rookie contract. 11 from G.G. Jackson, 10 from Caleb Wilson, 9 from Aldama. We had about 9 from Scottie Pippen, 8 from Brandon Clark, And then, yeah, honestly, I want to add more young players to this team in the offseason through draft, through trade, whatever. But we got the Timberwolves and the Hawks are going to go on to win the championship. Anthony Edwards winning Finals MVP. Now LeBron James retired, but he's going to retire as a Bull. That's interesting. Westbrook retires a Timberwolf. I think Westbrook will bounce around from team to team to team the last couple of years of his career before he finally decides to retire. But we'll see. Heading into the draft lottery, we are going to be projected the number 3 overall pick from Sacramento. I'm maybe the Kings don't trade their unprotected pick. Maybe it's lottery protected, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if they do something like this though. And then our pick is going to be projected 6. So we have a solid chance of getting number 1, or at least a great pick in this draft. We'll see where these pick ends up landing, and we're not going to get number 1. We're going to get number 2, though. We're going to get number 3. My bad, if I can say it right. But the Knicks, obviously, that pick goes to Washington. So it's Washington, Brooklyn, and then Memphis back-to-back. So I'll absolutely take that. So it's crazy how the top 2 picks aren't even correct. I'll fix those, and then actually there's 3 picks that's not fixed. It is the Knicks pick, number 1, the Rockets pick that should go to. Wait, actually no, I think the Rockets have this pick. Never mind. Yeah, the Rockets do have that pick in 2027. Never mind, sorry, but there's 2 picks that are wrong in here. It is the Knicks and the Bulls picks. So I'll fix our draft picks, and then I'll see you guys with the next step of rebuilding this Grizzlies team. Fire our head coach now. So Tio Mas will be gone now. We're gonna go and fire him. And then we got like Kenny Atkinson, we got Joe Mazzulla here, Jason Kidd. There's some solid options. I know next year though, some really, really good head coaches, but I think I want to address it now. I'm gonna go and see if I can get Joe Mazzulla to be our head coach. We don't have much of a budget to offer though, so I might hear this. Jason Kidd wouldn't be a bad option. Chauncey Billups being here is interesting. I'm not gonna go that route though. Maybe Mark Dagnall. Like, there aren't the best options. I agree. But Dagnall did just bring this Thunder team to a championship, so I felt we should be interested in all these guys. So I'll offer we're not probably not gonna get Kenny Atkinson, but hey man, maybe we bring in Darvin Ham. I'll offer Darvin Ham too, but yeah, I don't lie. Us signing Darvin Ham is not gonna happen, especially as a Lakers fan. I'm not doing it, bro. So we're probably I really do not want to bring in Chauncey, but dude, like, we might have to bring in Darvin Ham, man. We really might have to bring in Darvin Ham. Maybe we should have kept him for another year. If we didn't decide to keep him for another year, our budget won't be huge at all. So, I mean, Doug Christie isn't much better. No, I'll just go for Darvin Ham, dude. Sure, bro. Sure, none of you guys want to sign. Nope, nobody's gonna sign. So, Darvin Ham is gonna be our head coach. So, don't know how much I love that. I don't, to be honest with you guys. We can definitely switch it in the future, but our budget wasn't the biggest. So, okay. In the draft, obviously, we have 2 and 3, and then we have the 21st overall pick from the Pistons. So, sadly, I don't think those Pistons picks aren't going to be the best picks in the world, which sucks. But, yeah, we'll see. We can draft with 3 and 4 is the Tyron Stokes draft class, Stephen as well. So, we'll see who we can get. Number 1, it's going to be Tyron Stokes, and the Rockets with number 2 are going to select Christian Collins. Oh my god, that's something I would have loved to have, but I think it's a no-brainer we take Stephen here. Stephen is a great player, especially in this game. He's the guy I'm going to be taking here, and I think with my 4th overall pick here, I think Baba might be the pick, honestly. He looks pretty good. Hugo as well looks pretty good. Jason Crow, Mika, but I think with this pick, I'm going to go and take Baba. It's either Baba or Hugo. Hugo might be the better shooter. I think so. So, I mean, it looks like he's a good defender. Vertical leaps pretty good. He's a pretty good athlete. He said Bobby could develop into an all-star someday, all-NBA ceiling. And he's a good defensive. I mean, I know he's not the best shooter. That's the one bad thing about him. But he looks like he's going to develop into a pretty good player. Kind of reminds me of Zion Williamson a little bit, by the way, describing him. But I'll take it. And with our late first-round pick or mid-first-round pick, whatever, we got Taj Ariza, got Cameron, we got Nicholas, Caleb Gaskin. So I think we'll go ahead and take Ariza with this pick. So we'll take Trevor Ariza's son. We drafted a 78, a 77, and a 74. So you can't go wrong with that by any means. We'll accept Edie, Ware, Wells. I'm going to decline $17 million to Sandy Aldama just because I think we get it for cheaper. Scottie Pippen is good depth, which we'll accept. Brad Miller or Bob Miller, I will decline. And then we have no qualifying guard. I mean, in free agency, we do have enough money to sign like a max player, or at least close. We have enough money for a max player. We have enough money for Wemby, Giannis. We definitely do. Okay, so we got Jaden Ivey, we got Stephen, which I do want to start Stephen at point guard this year. So I am gonna move Jaden Ivey to shooting guard, I guess. Hopefully he can progress. He had a good season, so I think we keep him, right? So Stephen, Scottie Pippen. I'm hoping for Mario Saint to develop. Jaden Ivey. I want to start Cedric Coward though, so like I don't know how that's gonna work, but we have Jalen Wells, Caleb Wilson will develop, Ariza. We have Baba and Quaton. We have Zach Edey and Chloe, which I'm cool with that. So I think the only thing in free agency we honestly should be worried about is, I mean, I don't even know. Obviously, guys will develop, which I'm happy with, but do we even sign anybody? Like, obviously, I don't want to go after. I don't think we want to go after Nikola Jokic that much. I don't want to offer for Giannis that much either. We could probably like overpay on Wemby, but not overpay. We could offer Wemby, but I don't think the Spurs definitely gonna match that. So I'm not even gonna bother doing that. Cat, Kyrie Irving, like I kind of want to stay on my timeline. Hero wouldn't probably be worth. He's not a number one option though. Lively is interesting. Brandon Miller is also interesting. We don't need Lively, so never mind. Scoot Henderson, but I kind of just want to see how this team does. I kind of want to leave my cap space open. We can sound like a role player, sure. So like Grady Dick or Bilal Coulibaly, we can overpay on these two guys to see which one we can land or something like that. We can sign a role player, sure. Which role player? So I guess we would need a backup point guard the most more than anything. So backup guard, let's see what we got. So Scoot, George would be interesting. He already have a big offer from the Jazz coming in. Anthony Black, okay, Ty Jones. I don't hate they maybe offering Anthony Black a big contract to see what they say about that. Or maybe even Grady Dick, but we don't really need Grady Dick. So I wouldn't mind maybe doing something here. Maybe we do offer Anthony Black some. I'm gonna offer him like 17 or 16.5 million for 4 years to see if they do match it. If not, if they do, it's fine. And the Magic are not gonna match. We're gonna get Anthony Black, I guess. We'll let G Jackson walk in free agency, and then that's what we'll do. Maybe we should trade him at the trade deadline, but we don't need G Jackson, right? I mean, we could use him back. He doesn't have a qualifying offer, though, which is the only thing about him. So, actually, he is restricted. So, we have Brett, but I think I'm going to let him go. I don't think we need him back at this point. I'm going to sign Anthony Black. That's going to be the only thing I do this offseason. Player progression looks pretty good as well. Zach Edey's up to an 85. Gene Ivey's up to an 84. Chloe Ware's up to an 83. Cedric Coward's up to an 82. Black is even up. Jalen Wells is going up. Caleb Wilson's up 5. And Quaintance is up 5. So, yeah. And even Mario Saint is going up as well. So, I'm liking this a lot. We have 13 players on our team, so CPU could fill the rest of it out. But gonna download this 22-8 draft class. And low-key, I'm actually loving how this is going so far. We have a lot right now. We have a lot of talent. Gene Ivey progressing was the most surprising thing, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys. That was the most surprising thing. I never see this guy go up. But after that good season, I'm not really surprised. 2K is a big believer. Power Ranking Landers 22nd, though, isn't a big believer. Running a balanced system, which, you know, you're Darvin Ham, man. Forgot he'll be the head coach. But I'm going to bench Anthony Black, though. He's somebody I plan to come off the bench anyway, be like a backup playmaker. Just we spend our money on something. Still have an extra $40 million as well if you want to work with anything. But there'll be some guys need to resign in the offseason, so I might keep my options open. We'll see. We got Stefan Joksimovic. He's going to be our starting point guard. Cedric Coward, Jalen Wells, Jaden Quaintance, Jaden Ivey. Jaden Quaintance shot 35% from 3 this year on a lot of attempts too. Okay, Edey, Jaden Ivey. I want him to start though. So there are some things. I don't want to have Cedric Coward. I really don't want to bench him, but with how this is looking like right now, we're going to have to. There might be a trade we make eventually, but for now, Ivy will come off the bench. And then Ivy, Wells, Quaintance, Edey, Chloe Ware, Cedric Coward, Anthony Black, Caleb Wilson, and Baba will be the 10-man rotation. We have guys that can sub in like Scottie Pippen, Torian Prince, Mario Saint Superi, and Taj Reeves that come in the game as well. But I will see you guys at the end of the season. We'll see if we start off pretty good and starting off pretty bad. We might miss the playoffs this year, though, which I'm fine with, I guess. Wembanyama wins the MVP, Terrence Stokes Rookie of the Year, but at the end of this season, we did finish off actually making the playoffs this year, the 6th seed, so we did turn the season around when you first saw it. So 44-38 on the season. which is pretty good. Obviously, I got us to 60 player stats. We had about 18 from Ivy, 17 from Stefan, 14 from Jaden, 12 from Kilo Bolson, 12 from Cedric Cowries out for the season on a torn right MCL. So that's disappointing. Covered from Baba, though, so he played pretty good rookie season. Other from Khalil Ware, 7.5 from Jalen Wells, 7 from Anthony Bly, 6 from Zach Edey, 6 from Mario Saint, and 5 from Prince, 5 from Scottie Pippen. The Todd Drees didn't really play this season, but we're gonna go Nightmare Day. We're gonna string them in. So Darvin Ham got to the playoffs, I guess. So I can't fire him, but okay. We got Minnesota in round one. They have Dillingham, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall Gobert. I mean, we'll see. I don't think we'll be able to get anything crazy with obviously, Cedric Coward out, but maybe we still do. We're gonna beat them in 7. We take down Minnesota, really, a veteran team, but Julius Randle looked like he got hurt in that series. Or was he playing? Hand fracture. He was playing in the playoffs. I was about to say he got hurt in that series. He got hurt in the last game, I want to say. So that was probably one of the reasons why. But I can't complain. Now we got the 7-seeded Warriors. So Scoot, Arenas, Moody. They got Giannis, Goga Badadze, AJ Mitchell, Rui, Peter Washington, Jalen Shafino. I mean, they don't look that intimidating, honestly. I mean, I guess Giannis makes them kind of intimidating, but we will see. We will definitely see. Against Golden State, we are going to sweep them. Just like that, we're in the crunch on. We don't even got to deal with Dallas. Dallas lost the Warriors, so that means something. Now we got the goal. Now we got Oklahoma City. So Shea, Wallace, J-Dub, Chad, Hartenstein, Lou Dort, Topic, Sorber, Colby Jones, and they are fully healthy. So this would be our chance to go to the NBA Finals just like that. So a young upcoming team literally about to be in the finals just like that. Insane. Game 1, we're gonna take. Game 2, they evened it up. Game 3, they're up 2-1. We even up 2-2. Okay, man. We're actually fighting against this Thunder team, which is insane. I did not expect this to be. I thought we'd lose in round 1 pretty easily to the Timberwolves, but we've been fighting, I guess, with that young and upcoming team, man. But all right, but we're gonna lose this game, so down 3-2. Let's not get a hold of ourselves yet. But even if we lose the next game, I'm happy. I'm walking. If I'm the GM, which I am, I'm walking in the offseason with a huge smile on my face. If we lose or win here, which we're gonna force the game 7 back in Oklahoma City, so 134 to 110, 30 points from Jaden Ivey. He's been really good in the playoffs, but I just don't know if he's the guy's gonna like move us, past this where we are right now. But Atlanta's the team whoever has to play in the finals. Game 7 to Oklahoma City. I mean, let's get it done, right? We're here. We're a contender now. We're a championship team. So far, the Thunder have the lead. Still a close game. We can take this, but we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose by a couple points, though. 114 to 120. It is a great sign, though. But I think Dallas will be here next year, as we got the Hawks versus the Thunder, and the Hawks are going to win the championship. Jalen Johnson was the Finals MVP, but you got to be happy about this. You really got to be happy about how this season went. We made it all the way to the conference finals. We were 1 game away from the NBA finals. We pushed the Thunder to 7, which is insane in my opinion. But the Pistons will get 1. I guess we got the wrong first-round pick in this draft. But we got to keep Darvin Ham. He might be one of the reasons why, man. He might be one of the reasons why. But, yeah, Pistons getting number 1 studs. Look at we did trade for the wrong first-round pick. But do we have a pick in this draft? We have pick 18 from the Warriors and pick 20 at our own pick. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make a big move right now. I think I'll wait till after player progression to see if we end up shipping Ivy off or just somebody better. But other than that, Stefan looks like he's going to be pretty good for us. Anthony Lozway is going to be a good backup. So I feel like we have the blueprint right now. We just need some development, and then we're going to be right back to where we were, even better. So we'll draft in this 2028 draft class. So we got King Gibson, which he'll be the pick here. With our other pick, we got Nicola. We got this guy, Peter. Guess we'll go ahead and take Peter. We would probably need a third string center. So welcome to the team, you two. We're going to accept everybody here. Qualifying offers, we got Cole Ware, Zach Edey, my center rotation, 2 guys I do want back. So Jalen Wells, also another guy I do want back. So we're gonna have to pay some guy this offseason, which I'm not mad at. Obviously, I did save up money for this. I'm just not paying Zach Edey $30 million. Scottie Pippen already signed him just for point guard depth. And then Cole Ware has offers, which I'll be willing to match or sign him to, whatever. We'll match his offer from the Warriors, though. Don't worry. And then Zach Edey, worried about him in a minute. So I'm going to match this. It's gonna let me match it, right? Really? You don't let me match the offer? Are you kidding me? Why is okay, we are matched. I was about to say, why is Chloe unrestricted? I was about to say, but looks like he chose us instead, so we didn't have to match us. Never mind. Then Zach Edey, of course, he gets two offers now that are probably worth 30 million. So I didn't want to pay Zach Edey this, but I'm glad we saved up the money so we're not like really, really expensive. So that's good. We're only paying right now. Yeah, we're honestly really, really cheap right now, so that's great. Let me see Zach Edey's contract. Yeah, it was 30 million, so I don't love it, but he is a solid center, I guess. So we got Anthony Black, Stephen. If you develop, that'd be huge. Jaden Ivey, I don't know if he'll develop even more, but if you do, I'd love to. I love that. Cedric Coward, King Gibson. So we have guard depth. Caleb Wilson, Jalen Wells, Todd Reed. Hold for development, Todd Reed, Caleb Wilson as well. Quaintance, and then Baba, development from you guys. And then maybe a little bit more development from our centers. I wouldn't hate that by any means. We have 14 players in the team, so we can't afford another guy just in case. Like maybe another forward wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. So like Peyton Watson, sure, a good defender. He goes to the Rockets. Never mind. Chris Murray, Achua, Vanderbilt, another good defender. We'll sign him. And I guess we could have brought back Superi, but it's okay. All right. Plan progression. We'll see how this looks. Jay Navi is up to an 86 overall, so he's actually going up 2 overalls, man. And I really do want to kind of keep him. So we'll see though. Ivy is up. Wilson's up to an 85. Edie is up as well. Cedric Coward up to an 84. Jane Quinn is up to an 84. Chloe is up to an 84. Stefan's up to an 83. Anthony Black's to an 83. Baba's up to an 82. Wells up to an 82. Todd Drew's up to a 77. Scottie Pippen's up to a 76 as well. So, yeah, you can't tell me this isn't going great right now. So, all right, I'll tell you this. If there's a move they made at the trade deadline, if we're obviously missing like a number one guy, which we could definitely trade for the trade deadline with our assets, if we are missing that like number one alpha like superstar that we're missing, I will go ahead and make that move for one. But so far, I'm liking this. Power ranking land this 7. We're coming off a conference finals appearance, by the way, so we don't have to do anything, honestly. But if there is a move to be made, I will make the move. I'm letting you know that. I'm letting you guys know that right now. Once again, Anthony Black will not be starting point guard for us. It will be Stephen. Don't know why it's even a discussion at this point, but all right, we got Stephen, we got Jaden Ivey, Caleb Wilson, Jaden Quaton, Zach Edey, Cedric Coward, Chloe Ware, Anthony Black, Jalen Wells, and we'll go 10-man rotation and get Baba in the rotation. So really good 10-man rotation in my opinion. I would convince you guys at the end of the season. We're gonna start off though with couple losses, a couple W's as well, but let's keep it up. We're off to a great start. This season, Victor Wembanyama was the MVP. CJ Roger, Rookie of the Year. Nate meant 6 men. But Caleb Wilson did win Most Improved Player, averaging 20 points per game with us on it's okay efficiency. But we ended up being the number 4 seed this year. I opted against making a trade at the trade line. But if we fall short and don't win the championship this year, which is the expectation, I think I will go ahead and obviously, make the trade. I'll be trading Jaden Ivey, but we got Golden State in round 1. We got Scoot, Arenas, Washington, Giannis, Tracy Jackson Davis. We did beat this team last year. Things could change though. I think they are injured. Somebody, it's easy me to see out for this season, a broken right kneecap, and he was averaging 7 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. That's a huge loss. So we'll see. We're gonna go and beat them in 5. I'll show you guys our record, right? We win 55-27. We're tied for the 3rd seed, so we were up there for like the 2, 3, and 4th seed throughout the entire video. We ended up being the 4th seed though, so isn't bad. Now we got San Antonio, the number 1 seed. This will be tough. Mavericks, dude. The 2K definitely nerfed the Mavericks, dude, and you love to see it. I think so. Now we got San Antonio. So Fox, Harper, Vassell, Paul, Wimby, Castle, Henry I don't know. Mullins, Sasser. I mean, I really think we could be able to beat this team. They are missing Carter Bryant and Dame Sarr for an extended amount of time, so they are missing. They're missing Carter Bryant. He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks, so that's a big loss for them. And Dame Sarr will be back. He's day to day, so we'll see if he can take down San Antonio. I like our chances. Game 1, we're gonna take. Game 2, we're gonna take. Game 3, they're gonna take. Game 4, we're 3-1. And they're going to force Game 7. So Wembanyama is not going down just yet. Chloe is injured, but he's still going to play. So Game 7 in San Antonio would suck to lose, but part of me thinks we honestly might lose. It's a close game. We have the lead, though. We know he was running away with. Never mind. Let me stop down my team. 138 to 117. 31 from Stephen to 27 from Ivy and to 23 11 from Jaden Clayton. So we're in the conference finals once again. We got the Phoenix Suns this time. So I feel like this should be an easier opponent, though. I don't know. They have Devin Booker, Lou Dort, Ryan Dunn, Rasheer Fleming, Kamal Malawach, Jalen Green's coming off the bench, Jaime Jaquez, George, Sergio, and Caleb Gaskins. Game one, they're going to take game two. They're going to take game three. We're going to take game four. We went up to the two. We're up to the two. And just like that, we won 4 games in a row. We reverse sweep them to play the Philadelphia 76ers. So Philadelphia, and they've been honestly off to a pretty solid start. Obviously, it's been Maxey and Edgecombe playing amazing. But Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, AJ DeBanza adds to that young core too. Imagine. Miles Buzelis, Joel Embiid, Jared McCain, Ryan Rollins, and another guy has been really impressive for the Milwaukee Bucks start the season. Keon Ellis, Bol and Zion Green. I don't think Bol's in the roster right now. It's just insane to think of. But this will be our opportunity to beat the Sixers and win our first championship. We're going to take game one. They're going to even it up. We're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. And we're going to beat them at 5. And just like that, we won our first championship in the video. I honestly didn't think this team was okay. So Cedric Coward ended up getting hurt, broken left hand. He ended up getting hurt in the Spurs series. I did not even realize Cedric Coward got injured in round 1, or round 2. So yeah, that's absolutely it. Won the championship without him. So I'll take it, man. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I did not think this team was gonna get it done, especially without like a realistically #1 option, but. Shout out to Jaden Ivey. He did it, man. He led the team to a championship with other people as well. But I'm happy how this went. Really fun one in the league. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Have a great day or night, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.